Hello again. Um, I decided real quick to do BJD Addicts prompt number 2. um, and prompt number 2 is what are some of your hobby fears? Let me see. I do have probably several, but let me see what I can think of immediately here. One that I can think of off the top of my head is the fact that I have 2 tan dolls coming, and I'm very worried with all the horror stories I've been hearing lately about tan dolls. I'm afraid of opening them and like discovering a hot mess in their resin and sanding quality. I mean, if they even sand their dolls, I'm not sure. I also ordered them, both of them actually, without seeing them in tan first. I've seen an owner picture of Daikadol Lola, and she's beautiful, like absolutely beautiful, but I have not seen her in tan. In fact, I have not been able to really find any Daikadol dolls owner pictures in tan, which is kind of worrisome because I'm not sure what that means. It could just mean because they're not very well. I mean, not a lot of people buy from them. Maybe it's just because of that. Maybe because they're not very popular or what. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm a little worried about that. And I know someone who has a boy and girl doll that is in tan, but their pictures when I went to see them, they unfortunately were off a photo bucket, and I didn't want to harass them and ask them, if they could send me a picture. But so I'm kind of nervous for that, but hopefully that'll be okay. Another thing I'm worried about is just getting dolls in general. I'm worried about seeing them in person and not liking them. That's not actually the case of what happened with Rye, but it was a scary moment of whether I liked him or not, and that scared me enough. And that wasn't based on opening him. Like, it was based on what other people I imagined they thought about him. So yeah, I'm worried about that because I want to be, I really do want to be one of those people who, when I get my doll, I keep them and I'm happy with what I got, and I didn't, I don't turn around and sell them. But I'm worried about the whole bonding thing of it not happening one day. And I know that's weird, but I I know I get sad myself when I see, like, I've just seen a doll opening. Like, I have, like, already, I've seen a doll opening in, like, December, early December, and already they're selling her, and she's a gorgeous doll, and it just made me really upset to see her there, but I just don't want that to happen to me. I don't know. Um, I'm worried about standard things like them getting broken, shipping, and shipping, because like I get nervous about mail things. I like going to a store and getting whatever. I hate having to depend on it being shipped and coming in one piece and being okay. I get really nervous about that. Um, Let me see what else. A weird fear for me is that I have a fear of like falling completely out of the hobby and not wanting my dolls anymore. Not that I don't love them, but just not wanting them around. Because I see that happen to people a lot. I mean, not a lot. Excuse me, I shouldn't say a lot. I've seen it happen to people, like mentioned on like DeviantArt or something. And while I understand the reasoning behind it, definitely, I just don't want it to happen to me. And hopefully, if it ever does, I won't feel the need to sell my dolls. But I can understand it that, like, if you feel, you're done, might as well have that money back. I can understand that, but I couldn't imagine getting rid of them. Let me see what else. Fears. Um, I'm I'm not as afraid of like basic things like yellowing as I thought I would be. Um, I worry about it a lot, but I don't know if it happens. I think I'll just be able to deal with it because I don't want to keep where I put away. I don't take them outside a lot, but there are those fluorescent light bulbs in here, like those those what do they call them, the saver ones. Um, I try to keep them from being directly in it, and I mean, people have discussed on BOA whether that actually affects resin or not, but I'm not for certain, and I'm trying not to worry about it because I don't want to keep them away. But so I think I may just be able to deal with the whole yellowing thing, though every once in a while I'm like, oh crap, I don't really want that to happen, not now and not very soon. um, and I'm afraid of the standard things, like I don't want to drop them. I don't want anything to happen to them that, like, even though it can't probably be repaired, I just don't want to even have to deal with it in the first place. And let's see. I'm afraid of restringing. Um, Mostly because, like, I think it's mostly because my brain can't just comprehend it. And so, like, I'm just afraid of that. I'm afraid of hot glue sueding. I'm afraid of regular sueding. I'm like, I don't really want to put that on a doll. But these are things I'm sure I hopefully will get past. One random thing I'm afraid of that other people may be too. I'm afraid of my dolls being stolen, and I know that's weird. I don't think it would happen like in my neighborhood or anything, but like at a meet or something. For some reason, I get randomly afraid of that would happen and what I would do, because I'm like I mean, I would have to rebuy him, but would I be able to get him like this again, or get any of my dolls the way they were again? That terrifies me. Let's see. I think that's mostly all I can think of. I do get afraid of not of me and my dolls not being liked in the hobby, but I have come to the conclusion that not everyone's going to like your doll or you. So, but that's what I get afraid of whenever I get into anything new at all. You know, I don't want to be hated. I mean, you know, it's just a weird. So that's just a weird me fear that I don't even know if it's a real fear to even mention. um, let's see. So yeah, I think that's it. Um, I am afraid of getting him dirty. I know that's dumb, but it's true. Um, and let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think they're pretty standard for for any for this particular hobby. I mean, you know, I'm afraid of the standard things. Oh, and face ups. Oh God, don't get me started on that. I'm terrified of those. I'm like I imagine one day or come a day I might want to venture into it. Um, just because for some reason this hobby I kind of want to try everything. Um, even if I'm not the best at it, just to have tried it and see if like there's any possibility. Um, but wow, I mean, just thinking about it and like if people don't like it, it's just too much pressure. um, so yeah, pretty lame fears, but that's all I can think of for right now. I'm sure there's more. um, lurking under the surface, or some I haven't even come across yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess that's it for this prompt. It's not the best, but these prompts probably won't be for me anyway. I'm rambling, and I usually don't know what to say. So I don't know if you've noticed that, but yeah, I never know what to say. So yeah, yeah, I guess that's it for this prompt, and thank you. Bye.